at the end of the day, everyone, we're having a court essentially decide what the people should. And that's the overarching argument that proponents of the presidency being excluded from Section 3 keep saying. So there's no way that the framers would intend that one office would mean that, oh, here's how you are excommunicated from it. No, they were the ones above all that entirely were dedicated to the power of the people. And I think advocates that say that, yes, Section 3 applies to the presidency, because I think the insurrection point is separate, whether or not he's been charged. I think that the bigger point here is whether the presidency falls under this clause. And everyone who says, oh, yes, it definitely does, they cite scattered sources. Right. They say, oh, there's no way that the framers would have intended that someone who was a Confederate got back into the presidency. And then they say that it should be read as to cover as many positions as possible. But at the end of the day, the democracy canon, as Josh Blackman and Seth Tillman wrote for NYU's journal Law and Liberty, which I really suggest everyone reads, because they go into detail why exactly.
Because we might have missed it.
The NYU Journal of Law and Liberty, Josh Blackman and Seth Tillman wrote an amazing long article about why exactly the presidency does not fall under this, why the framers intended for this to be excluded. And they say exactly the point that I made in the beginning. It's because of the power of the people should rest in their hands. And they point out that the democracy canon precedents said the entire time that the presidency was not an officer of the United States. And they go one by one through those advocates, their arguments otherwise, and they say, look, like I said, scattered sources, there's not enough precedent. And only recently did people start shoving the presidency into that box. But at the end of the day, they say, it's not about the courts and it's not about Congress, actually. It's about the people. And so therefore, it's up to the courts right now to write this decision and restore that power back to the people, because here they can do what they want with those other offices, but the presidency does not apply under Section 3 overwhelmingly in legal scholarship.